Hi, I'm Arthur Andreas, and we have Inti Oman here with Turtle Breath. What is this concept of the screaming child that I keep hearing about? Can you dive into that?
Yeah, definitely. Um, the screaming child is something that I use as a metaphor to help meditators along the way.
Mm-hmm.
And the concept of the screaming child is the chatter that you have inside.
Mm-hmm.
I compare it to a kid that is very, very much um, having a tantrum.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like you have, instead of having it within yourself. Okay, sometimes you can experience this child outside of yourself. So if you can imagine, you know, the child being outside of yourself, all that chatter, all that noise, all that, um, all those streams of thoughts, coming together all the time. The equal, okay, a child is trying to get your attention no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now with a screaming child, you have two options. Okay, either you do exactly as the child wants, okay, and then you become its slave. Because once you do whatever the child wants, guess what's going to happen? The child's going to get exactly what he wants, and he knows that whatever it's doing works, right? So the mind works very much the same way, okay? What all those thoughts are doing are constantly screaming at you for attention, and they're constantly pumping, and they're constantly trying to capture you so that you will do exactly what it's wanting you to do, to pay attention to it.
Okay.
If you have enough endurance, okay, what happens is the screaming child may come to you and scream all it wants, okay, but you're the adult. You are the responsible consciousness. So the child may want to jump off an abyss or whatever it may want as as something that is very arbitrary.
Okay.
And all you have to do is literally not give in, because you're the adult. You're the one who's responsible for both, right?
Mm-hmm.
So by not going, it's not like you're going to be aggressive to the child. You don't do that, right? It's just a child. You're not going to be telling the child to be quiet or nothing. You're just going to let it run out of steam. Yes? That's exactly what you do when you meditate, okay? So eventually, by not doing exactly what the child or the mind, okay, as I call it, okay, wants, and not also trying to oppose it, not really offering, or threatening it. You're not going to do anything like that to a child, okay? You're just going to let it get tired, and eventually it'll do what you want it to. You're the adult. You're the one who's really in control, because you're the one who has experience and who's in charge. And you choose to really do something else other than whatever the child may want, right? Just because you're the one who's responsible for both of you. So meditating is very much the same. So for me is I like to pick this like funny analogies, but they work really well, especially when you're actually face to face with your own chatter, with your own noise, and you're being trapped and cornered. Mm-hmm. Okay, and you don't really know how to shift. Well, know that you can just simply let it run its course. Don't try to shut it up. Don't try to do anything, literally. Okay, it'll get tired. If you just don't pay attention to it, okay, or you don't do what it wants you to do, eventually it will have to do what you want it to. It'll run out of steam. It'll run out of momentum. And that is what I call the screaming child.
Makes sense. All right, there you go. The details of the screaming child. Thank you for joining us.